Whoa!
Come to me, someone! I'm like a sieve! Take that! Pray for us, death, you bastard!
Help me with him! I'm bleeding! You got it! I'm wounded! Hey!
Bash him on the head!
What now, fucker?
Help me with him!
You're done here, horses! That was a close shave.
A little too close. Oh, fuck me. Did my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Ratoi?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly play dead for a while. Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she rest in peace.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother. But only almost. Good luck.
What do you mean, almost? What happened?
I got there in time to help him, fortunately. Christopher tried to defend our father, but nearly lost his life doing it. Nothing.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally, the same as Rutard and Botchek.
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I wouldn't give up on the fucker either. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghow took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in one place.
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now. One wrong move, and he'll hang the lords.
You want to give up now?
Nobody said anything about giving up. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth. That stupid nag nearly broke me in half.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews. Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it. I'll be with Christopher.
So many dead. God.
What if the old lord doesn't come back? Then we'll have a young one. He's not a little boy anymore. Soon he'll get married and have a bunch of children.
We can only hope. Good, Dougie. Good boy.
Horrible. So many dead. For nothing.
They dragged Lord Odderin who knows where. Maybe he survived.
Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are eaten already.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well, if it hadn't been for you, Henry.
Von Owlet surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all...
Well, they killed Lady Anna of Volstein.
And they captured our closest and most influential. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on a...
We'll figure out a way to help.
But how?
Get a grip.
You're right. Nevertheless, I have to admit it...
Actually, it might. At Sigismund's council, and all...
God's woo! We need to get back to this...
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Henry. Tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join. So many dead, my God.
What are you doing?
That's a good question.
You're not.
I gave him some information before I had to go. Jobst thinks, quite foolishly I might say, that he'll be able...
You don't believe Jobs?
Trusting your own plan tends to be a big mistake. And the backup includes all of Sigismund's opponents. They can't do much on their own.
Why are the Jews?
Because I ask, most Christians avoid Jews. Besides, the local Jewish community...
They know von Berg?
Sadly, they do. Von Berkhoff instigated a pogrom in... Those who survived fled here.
Why would he need convincing?
Sigismund has made many enemies in Kuttenberg. He kicked off important... But he's not stupid. He hasn't completely beggared anyone. So they'd still have a lot to lose if they confronted him directly. I'd rather call it caution. It's complicated. This isn't chess. And just because they can't stomach Sigismund...
So you're sending me there to find out where...
You could say that. I suspect he might be inclined... If it works out, it will be a great accomplishment. Kunzlin was respected among... Such slaughter.
Disrespectful? That's an understatement. The dead are scattered outside. There are crows circling overhead.
Knows what they were after. Maybe someone gave us away. But who?
Everybody was here.
I don't think they heard you in the courtyard.
My lord, I'm not saying it was someone from here. Lots of people knew about it. But to reveal something like that is safe. Far away from Gutenberg.
So what? Any one of us could have come to a bad end.
I think it'd be best to get out of here as fast as we can.
My words exactly. But this is dead. Disrespectful.
That's an understatement, sir. The dead are scattered outside. There are crows circling overhead. The tower is full of smoke. And you want to run away?
Shout it even louder. I don't think they heard you in the courtyard.
Pull yourselves together, damn it. And prove that this alliance isn't just a farce.
It's easy for you to say. Your fortress is safe. Far away from Gutenberg.
So what? Any one of us could have come to a bad end.
I think it'd be best to get out of here as fast as we can.
My words exactly. But isn't that disrespectful?
That's an understatement. The dead are scattered outside. There are crows circling overhead. The tower is still smoking. And you want to run away?
Shout it even louder. I don't think they heard you in the courtyard.
Pull yourselves together, damn it. And prove that this alliance isn't just a farce.
It's easy for you to say. Your fortress is safe. Far away from Gutenberg.
So what? Any one of us could have come to a bad end.
Would it be very rude to ask for something to eat?
My thoughts exactly. I'm not saying
The body's outside, still warm. You're thinking about food.
So what? Fighting makes a man hungry.
I'm sure the people in the hall.
They're not telling you should not come.
But I still insist that it was necessary.
And what? Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
Just tell him. You may not get another chance.
I talked to Godwin. He said you know each other?
What did you talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there. Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a year apart.
And what does that make us, then?
Nothing. Proof, perhaps, that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
Do you think it's really going to be that bad? Isn't it?
Wake up, Henry. They would pillage their own neighbors if they could.
This is what we were afraid of. We need to get... Will you come?
I'll come.
Very well.
Let's not waste time.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course, I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean, but,
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele. And
all right.
I'll explain to you on the way.
are you coming too?
Of course.
Let's go then.
Bore kata Adonai Eloheinu, melech oilem.